Assalamu alaikum. I am Elina Zahid and today we are solving Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper Code 0580 Chapter 7 Graphs past paper from 2017 to 2023. But first I would like to say that all the revenue generated for the first 6 months from this video will be donated to Palestine inshallah. So please support this channel to support our cause. In question 20, the table shows some values for y is equal to x cube plus x square minus 5x. And in table, x values are given in which y values, which is this function, gives values. Like in this question, it is asked that on x is equals to -1, what will be the value of y? For that, put x is equals to -1 in this equation. -1 cube plus -1 square minus 5 negative of 1. So -1 cube is equals to -1 into -1 into -1 negative negative +1 and then into -1 it will give you -1 and -1 into -1 -1 square is equals to positive of 1. So negative of 1 plus positive of 1 and then -5 into -1 will be positive of 5. Negative 1 positive 1 cancel each other. The value of on x is equals to -1 will y is equals to 5 of positive. Now on when you put x is equals to 1 1 cube plus 1 square minus 5 into 1 1 plus 1 minus 5 negative of 3 and on 3 cube plus 3 square minus 5 into 3 5 into 3 is 15 3 square is 9 plus 3 cube is 27. It will give you positive of 21. And on the second part, on the grid, draw the graph of the same equation in which the y is equal to greater than -3 and equal to lesser than 3. So these are the minimum and maximum condition for the x. Now put the points like on negative x, if y is negative, so both are 0. Sorry, on 0 x on and 0 y, this is the point. For on -3 x -3, y is also -3, this is y -3. In between 0 and -5, this is our -3 and this is y -3. This is our 1 point. On positive 3x, y give 21. This is y 21. 2 blocks consider 1 unit. This is 2 blocks, 1 and the 2. On x is equals to 3. On x is equals to 2, y also give the value of 2. This is the value of 2. 2 blocks, 1 unit. This is 1 unit. This is the second unit. This is y2. If you put all the points and form a graph, the graph something like this. Will be formed some curve like this, and this is the solution of our B part. In the part C, use your graph to solve the equation. So x gives 3 values, so our graph something like that is formed. In which the x-axis is cutting the line 3 times, 1, 2 and 3, and we have to find that 3 points, and for that we have to look into our graph for the 3 intercepting value of y. First, we can say that this is our first value on this is something 2.8. We can say it is actually 2.75, but we can say it is 2.8. And this is the second where the x-axis is touching the line on 0 on 2.8, and also right here, which is we can say 1.9. So these are the three x value we can put. Again, one value is our 0. First we calculated was 2.8, negative of 2.8, and positive of 1.9. So in part D, by drawing a suitable tangent, find an estimate of the gradient f of the curve at x is equals to 2. For suitable gradient, we have to calculate the dy over dx, which is our slope, or we can say that change in y over change in x. But for that, we have to calculate the change in y and change in x from the graph. So for the slope, we know that the x is equals to 2. A straight line we have to draw from here. We can draw in order to draw a straight line. Consider this our second point. Something like that. On this straight line, this point is, we can say it's from here to here. This is our 1.6, and from here to here we can say that this is our 18 something, 18 or 17. And our change in y over change in x is equal to this area. So this is our 18, which is y, and 1.6, which is our x, is equals to 11.25. This is the gradient of the line. So at x is equals to 2, we draw a straight line on which the y gives the value of 18 and x gives the value of 1.6, and when we put it in the change in y and change in x, it gives the value of 11.25. Now for the part E, write down the largest value of the integer case of the equation x cube plus x square minus 5x is equals to k has three solutions for the given condition. For that, we have to look for the highest value, and on the graph we can see that, and when we make that graph, this is the highest value of in which y is equals to 6 was the answer. So the highest k integer would be 6, and we can find it by looking at our graph. Now in the question number 21, the diagram shows the graph of two functions. Write down each function. So in first function, we can see that this is the one point on which the x is negative of 5 and y and the y is 0 right here, and on right there x is 0 now and y is 5. So these are the 2 points of the line which is given. What we can do, okay, so this line is cutting on the x-intercept, so this is the x-intercept on which the y value is 0 and this value is y-intercept on which x value is 0, nothing in the horizontal distance and there is nothing in the vertical distance. So what we can do, we can say that we can put any of these points to calculate the value of c, which is y is equals to mx plus c. For the m, we can say we have 2 points. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 5 over 5. The slope value is calculated as 1. For c, we are putting this values, this point, we can put any of the points in which the x is 0, y is 5 is equals to m is 1, x is 0 plus c and the c value calculated as 5. Now we have slope, we have the value of c, y is equals to m which is 1, x plus c which is 5. So x plus 5 is our function. Now in part 2, we have given a graph and we have to find the function. So what we can say that on, so if you look for the sine 0 gives the value of 0, right here it is 0, and sine 180 will give you the answer 0 right here, and on sine 360 will give you the value of 0 right here. So we can say that it is a sine function, but for the altitude, this is the highest point and this is the highest point in the negative. So we can say that the altitude is 2. So y is equals to a sine x plus phi. That phi shows that how much the function is shifted to shifted from origin. Since the graph is starting from the origin, the phi will consider as 0 and the amplitude is 2. So a sine x will be our y. 2 sine x and 2 and the 2 is representing the amplitude. Or we can say the height and the maximum or the maximum value of the sine. So in the B part, the graph is given and they are saying that the diagram shows the graph of another function. By drawing a suitable tangent, find the estimate for the gradient of the function at point P. So for the point P, what we can do, we can calculate the distance from the x and the distance from the y, and it will give you the slope. Because what is slope? Slope is equals to change in y over change in x. So calculate the x and y. This is our y, which is 2, and for the x, if we move straight, this is the point where the P touch the y-axis. We can say that it is 1, 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2 over, sorry, this is the x, which is 2, and this is the y, which is 2.7. So what is the y? 2.7, and what is the x? 2, and it will give you the answer of 1.3, which is our slope gradient. Now in question 22, part A is saying a curve has equation y is equal to 4x cube minus 3x plus 3. Find the coordinates of two stationary points. In order to calculate the two stationary points, we have to find the another point the second points, and we can find it by taking the derivative of the first of given our equation, which is now power into power first, power minus 1. The coefficient of x is 0 and the derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of the coefficient will become 0. So 3 into 4, 12, x square minus 3 into 1 is 3 is equals to 0. This is our first derivative, dy over dx. Now what we can do, if we add both sides with 3, and if we divide both sides with 12, taking under root on both sides, 3 is to 4, and it will become 1 over 2, as the under root of 4 is 2. This is our x value, but in positive and negative. So x gives the value two values. One is for positive and one is for negative. Now what we're gonna have to do, we have to put these two equations in the first condition to get the values of y also. So put positive half and then negative half. For positive half, y is equals to half cube minus 3 over half plus 3, again negative 1 over 3, 1 over 2 plus 3. If we solve it further, it will give the value of 4, and for the negative it will give you the value of 4, and the positive it will give you the value of 2. These are the two values. For positive it is 2 and for the negative it is 4. Now in second part, determine whether each of the stationary point is maximum or minimum. Give reasons for your answer. So in order to calculate the maximum and the minimum, what we're gonna have to do, we have to take the derivative again. So 12x squared minus 13 minus 3, we have to take the derivative again. Now second derivative is d square y over dx square is equals to power multiply with the coefficient 24x, and the derivative of coefficient is 0. It will only 24x. Now put the values of x that we calculated. For the second derivative, first is half, second is negative of half. The positive of half will give you the value of 12, and the negative of half will give you the value of 12, but in negative. So these are the two values. The value which is lesser than 0 and the value which is greater than 0. The greater than 0 will consider as our minimum, and the lesser than 0 will consider our maximum. So minimum is 12 and the maximum is negative of 12 on x is equals to 1 over 2 and y is equals to 2 and the x is equals to negative 2 and y is equals to 4. So this is our minimum and this is our maximum. So in the B part, the graph of y is equals to x square minus x plus 1 is shown on the grid, and by drawing a suitable line on the grid, solve the equation x square minus 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. So in this equation, they are asking for a suitable line, and the line formula is y is equals to mx plus c. And in order to get this condition, we have to put y in our given equation, and for that we have to form this equation into this form. So we can substitute the equation into y. For that, write down the equation which we want to make: x square minus x plus 1, x square minus 1 plus 1. In order to make the equation, first what we're gonna do, we have to remove this 2, and we negative of x plus 1. In order to get the negative of x, we gonna add x on both sides, x on both, x square minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equals to plus x on both sides. So what has happened, that x square minus 2x plus x will give you a negative of x, and negative of 2 is equals to x. What we're gonna do, we're gonna now add positive 3 on both sides to get x square minus x, negative of 2, positive of 3 is equals to x plus 3. Now x square minus x plus 3 negative 2 will give you positive 1 is equals to 3 plus x. Now we can substitute this, which is equals to y. Y is equal to 3 plus x, and we can say x plus 3. This is now our line equation in which x coefficient is 1, so our slope is 1, and this our c is equals to 3. So by slope 1, we can say that the change in y is equals to 1 and change in x is equals to 1. Now for the y-intercept, which is 3, mark that point, and since the change in y is 1, this is 1 unit, and the change in x is also 1, this is the second unit, and this is the second point of the line. Form a line, a straight line from something. Something a straight line will be formed something like on this condition, and this is our 1 unit of y and this is our 1 unit of x. So a line is marked here, and from here to here a line will be formed. That will touching some point here, which is 2.7, and a point here which is almost 1.3. Sorry, from here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 0.7, 0.7 of negative, and here 2.7. These are the 2 points. First is 0.7 negative and 2.7. In question 23, part A, the diagram shows the graph function which is x greater than equals to negative 3 and lesser than equals to 3. Solve for the function gives the value of 14 and 14, this is the y. We have to calculate the x for it. So on the positive 14, this is our, we can consider 3 box 1 unit. This is our 13 and this is our 14 and we can consider this is our 3 boxes and 2 boxes, 13, 14, 15 and 16 somewhere. So the 14 somewhere lies here and it will cut the line somewhere here which is 2.7. So the x value will be 2.7 in which the y is equals to 14 and cutting the line. For the B part, draw a suitable change and find an estimate of the gradient of the graph at point negative 2 comma 4. So this is the negative 2 comma 4. Extend a line from 14 moving to the upper direction. Something a straight line is here and this gives our next point which is negative of 3 comma negative of 4, and by that we can put these 2 points to get the slope. First is negative 2 comma 4, second is negative 3 comma negative of 4. The slope will be x2 minus x1 over x3 x y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Solve it further. Negative 1 over negative 8 over negative 1 will give you positive 8. This is our slope. So in the third part, we have to draw a suitable straight line on the grid with the help of the given condition. This is our y is equals to 2x plus 2. So first we can arrange this equation into y. Subtract both sides with 2x. Add both sides 2 is equals to 0. The simplest formula of slope is equals to negative of x coefficient and y coefficient, which is 2 over 3. Sorry, which is our 2 over 1. This is our slope. So for the value of c, we calculated the slope and y-intercept is this part which is negative of 2. So for by the given graph which is something like that, negative 2 is our x-intercept, this is our negative 2, and for the second point of line the slope is equals to 2 over 1. So we have to move 2 units upward, it will end up on 0, and for the dy and for the dx, one move ahead to 1 unit. This is the second line, this is the first. Form a line at that point and see where it ends. It will end somewhere on negative of 2.8 on the graph. This is our x. Now for the b part, the diagram shows a curve with equation y is equal to 2x minus 2x y is equal to 2x square minus 2x minus 7. The straight line with equation y is equal to 3x plus 5 intersect the curve at a point AB. This is the intersection point. Find the coordinates of point A and B. Now for that, write the equation y is equal to 2x square minus 2x minus 7 and y is equal to 3x plus 5, and when we solve the equation, x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to, by computing them, plus plus 5, 2x square minus 2x minus 3x, subtract both sides with 3x, subtract both sides with 5. So this is our 7. Now solve it furthermore. 2x square minus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. Middle term break. 2x square minus 4x minus x 2x square. So we need two numbers that multiply, get by multiplying get it 12, it will give 24, and by adding or subtracting it will give negative of 5. So we are breaking the middle term, and after that the equation will become x minus 4, or you can apply the simple quadratic formula in which this is our a, negative of 5 will be our b, and negative of 12 will be our c. And let's see, this is our two answer, which is equals to 0. Now x minus 4 is equals to 0. 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. Add both sides 4. Now subtract both sides with negative of 3. Subtract both sides 3 and then divide both sides with 2. So these are the two x values. And for the y, put these two equations into the given these two x values, which is 3. First one is 4 plus 5, and for the second one 3 is equals to 3 multiplied by negative of 3 over 2 plus 5. 3 into 4 is 12 plus 5, it will give you 17, and from that 3 into 3 is 9 of negative plus 5. 5 into 10, 5 into 2 is 10 over 2. Solve it further. 1 over 2, 0.5. So on negative of 3 over 2, which is negative of 1.5, it will give you 0.5. On x is equals to 4, y gives the value of 17. This is our answer of A and B. On the question 24, a part 1, A say complete the table, and where x cannot equals to 0, this condition, the values of x is given. So on the given condition, x square plus 1 over x, if we put x is equals to 1, square plus 1 over 1, it will give you again 1 plus 1, and the answer is become 2 for the y. So when you put x is equals to 1, y will become 2, and for the x is equals to 2, 1 over 2, 4 plus 1 over 2, 2 into 4 is 8 plus 1 over 2, 9 over 2, which is 4.5. So the table is complete. On part B, we have to draw the graph where x can equal to lesser than 2.5 here and equal to greater than 0.2 somewhere here. So this is the limit of our graph. So if we add the point like on x is equals to 1, the y give the value of 2. Right here on x is equals to 2, the value of y give 4.5. 4.5 will lie something here from the graph. So this is the graph and the limitation from here to here. Now this we have to form the graph on the part C by drawing a suitable straight line on the grid. Solve the following equation. We know that this value is equals to y, which is equals to negative of 2, and this is our, and we have to calculate the value of y is equals to 2, the value of x. So we have to go to the graph. So by going through the graph, we know that on the negative 2, this is the line cutting right here, which is 0.5. So on negative 2, x will give you this 0.5. This is our answer, 0. So now here x is equals to 0.5 on y is equals to negative of 2. With the help of graph, now we know again this is our y plus x minus 1 is equals to 0. Subtract both sides with x. Y is equals to and add both side 1, x plus 1. Our slope is change in y over change in x is equals to negative 1 over 1. We ignore the negative sign in order to calculate the graph value of line, straight line. Now, and our C intercept is 1. Now we have to go to the graph. So what is our intercept? C is equals to 1 and change in y is equals to negative 1, change in x is equals to 1. So change in y is equals to negative 1 right here, and change in x is equals to 1. Second point will lie here, and if you make a straight line from here to here, line, sorry, we will move further. So here is the line. So somewhere here the line will be cut. This is the cutting point somewhere. So it will give you the value of 1.8 in negative. This is the value of x on the line. And these are the 2 points where the straight line is forming. So we can write that the by drawing a straight line of where of y-intercept 1 and rise and run negative 1 over negative 1 and 1, the value of x will give 1.8 of negative. Now k is an integer and the equation, again the given equation has three possible solutions. Write down the possible value of k. So when we form our graph, which is something like that, this is the highest value for the both of the graph, which is 2. So any this is the lowest value of k, which is 2. So any value greater than 2 greater than the our 2 will consider as our integer k. So we can say that k is equals to or greater than 2 will be considered our integer of the equation having 3 solutions. So in question 25, the diagram shows the speed time graph for the first 180 seconds of a train journey. This is our 180 seconds. Now in part 1, find the acceleration in meter per second square of a train during the first 50 seconds. And this is the first 50 seconds. So from here to here we have to calculate the distance. We have to calculate the acceleration. For that we can use the slope formula. This point is 0, 0 and this point is 50, 9. This is our x and this is our y. This is our y x. Simply apply the slope formula. Slope which is equals to m, which is equals to change in y over change in x, which is equals to 0, 9 minus 0 over 50 minus 0. Solve it further. 9 over 50 and it will give you value of 0.18 meter per second square. 0.18 meter per second square. B part, after 180 seconds, the train decelerates at a constant rate of 1944 km per hour. Show that the train decelerates for the 60 seconds until it stops. So first we have to convert the kilometer per hour square into seconds. 1944 multiplied by 1000 to convert it into meter, divided by 3600 to convert into per second square. It will give you the value of 0.15. This is our acceleration. Now what we gonna have to do, we have to divide it with the y value, which is 9, over 0.15 will give you the answer of 60 seconds. This is the B part. Now for the C, this is also our acceleration. Complete the speed time graph. Now for the completion, now look at the graph. In order to complete the, and the given condition says that the first 180 seconds, for the first 180 seconds, first we have to calculate the distance from here to here, which is 180 minus 50 is equals to 130. And for the next 60 seconds, is our 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So straight line from here should be made. Now we have to calculate the, first we complete the time graph. Now we have to calculate the average speed of the train for the whole journey. We have to calculate the area under the curve of these. So first we write our first triangle, which is 90 over 90 by 50 plus our rectangle 30 in 130 into 9 plus our second triangle. So this is our first triangle, 50 by 90. This is our 50, this is our 90, and for the our rectangle, this is our 130, and this is our again 9. Sorry, 9 with 50, and this is our again 60. We just calculated, and this is our 9. So we put the values of height and width. Now just simply calculate, and the speed will be 1665 meter per second is our speed for the. So we'll consider our area under the curve, we'll consider our distance. Now for the speed, S is equals to d over t. This our distance, which is area under the curve multiplied by divided by the time, and 6.9375 or 6.94 will be meter square will be our average speed of the train. So in question number 26, the table shows some values of y equation in which the x condition is less than equals to 5 and greater than equals to negative 1. So if we put the x is equals to negative of half in the condition, it will give 3, 2 into 2 is 4, so negative of 4 and negative of 2, negative, negative, positive. This sign, this square will make the half positive, and then positive into negative will be negative of 1 over 2. By solving the equation, first half will give you the value of um it gives something 3 over 4, and for the 0, when you put 0, 3 plus 4 into 0 minus 0 square, 3 plus 0 minus 0, it will give you the 3, and when you put 2, 3 plus 4 into 2 is 8, and the 2 square is 4, it will give you 7, and again when you put the value of 4, it will give you 4.5, it will give you 0.75, and on 4 it will give you, and 4 it will give you the value of 3 again. Now if you put these values in the graph, something on for part B, the graph something like will be formed. Now for the part C, write down an integer value of k for which the equation has no solutions. So look for the highest value of y, which is this 7. So any value greater than 7 has no solution on this equation. So we can say that the k should be greater than equal to 8 in order to have no solution. By drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation. Again, we first have to arrange this equation on y. For that, what we're gonna have to do, first write what is the equation for y. Y is equals to 3 plus 4x minus x square. 3 plus 4x minus x square. In order to get that, we have to sub we have to add subtract both side by with 3 plus positive of 4x. When we subtract that from the both side, we will left with by solving it further, we will left with negative of 1. We will left with 3 plus 4x minus x square minus 1 plus 9 over 2x minus 3 minus 4x is equal to 0. This is our y. Now y minus 4 plus 9x minus 8x over 2 is equals to 0. Now if we solve it further, it will give you the value of y is equals to half x plus 4. This is our slope. This is our slope, and we can also say that change in y over change in x is negative of 1 over 2, and the y-intercept, which is c, is equals to 4. So this is our y-intercept, and from that point move change in y is negative 1. Change in y is negative 1. We will reach to this 1 unit. First one, this is our first point, and for change in x, which is 2, move 2 points further or run. This is our rise, and this is our 1, 2. This is our run. Mark that point. Form a line. So somewhere this line is connect. Is from this point. Little bit of mine. We can. So at that point we can say that one point is right here, 4.6 maybe, and for the this will somewhere, if we can say that a straight line is forming, the first it will it will crossing somewhere here, which is 4.3, and somewhere here, which is 0.3. So these are the two x values, 0.3 and 4.3. 0.3 and 4.3 are the two x values on which the straight line is intercepting the points. Now in question number 27, the table shows some values of y equation. We have to put the values of x in order to get that y. First is 2 into 1 point, this is our half to the power 0 minus 1. Something power 0 will be 1, so 2 minus 1 will give you 1. And for the 2, 2 to the power 1 over 2 power x is 2 minus 1 minus 1 negative of half, which is also negative. This we can write negative of 0.5. Now put the points like on 2x, the y give negative of 0.5. On x0, y gave you the value of 1 right here, and on the negative 1x, the y give you the value of 3 right here. Form a line. Something like that. Now what we're gonna do that, now for the part B, by drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation. Again we have to arrange this equation into this form. For that, what we're gonna have to do, we just add both sides to x minus 3.5. By that, the equation becomes 2 multiplied by 0.5 x minus 1 plus 2x minus 2.5. We can simply add y is equals to negative of 2x plus 2.5 by arranging. Now this is our slope, um, which is change in y is equals to negative 2 and change in x will become 1, and this is our c value 2.5. This is our 2.5 for the interception, and from that move 2 meters down and 1 meters on the x-axis, and this is our second point. Form a line. So this is our 2 units and move 1 unit ahead. So if we draw a straight line here, it will touch the x-axis on the point 1.3 right here. So we can say that our x value is equal to 1.3. Now complete the following statement that there are no solutions of the given equation where k is an integer. So k cannot be our negative of 1 because this is the least point where the function cannot exist. This is our 0.5, and the below that the condition of the function will not exist, so the highest possible value of k can be negative of 1. Now the equation of asymptotes to the graph, since on the value of k which is we consider negative 1, the asymptote of the because the answer at that point we can say that there no exists, so we can say that the equation of asymptote of the graph of the given function will also be negative of 1 for the k. So our asymptote will become a negative of 2 because of the straight line is making from that point right here. Now question 28 says the equation given can be written as y is equals to x minus a whole square. Find the value of a. First we have to arrange this equation into this form. For that, take x common. X square minus 4x plus 4 is equals to our y, and we can apply the a minus b square formula, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square on here, and it will become x minus 2 square is equals to y. So the condition now matches. We can compare with our given condition. So our a is 2. Now for the values on the a will is equals to 2. Now for the second part, on the x-axis sketch the graph of y is equals to x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. For that we have to find the another two values of x minus 2 square. X is equals to, consider 0, the function is 0. First x is equals to 0, now then x minus 2 square is equals to 0, take under root on both sides. X minus 2 is equals to 0, add both sides 2, so, and x is equals to 0, so the x gives the values of 2 times, and x is equals to 0. So in this cubic equation the x is getting only 2 times. Now the graph something like that will form. This is our cubic graph equation. Now in order to find the equation of tangent of the given equation where x is intercept 4, give your answer in the form of line equation. Simply take the derivative of the given, it will become dy over dx is equals to 3x square minus 4 into 2 is 8x plus 4. Now put the values. 3x is equals to 4 minus 8 into 4 plus 4, it will give you the answer of 20, and this is our, also we can call it our slope. We calculate the value of slope which is 20. Now at x is equals to 4, again at the given equation y is equals to 4 cube minus 4 square plus 4 into 4, it will give you y is equals to 16. On the, when x is 4, y giving the value of 16, and by taking the slope we can calculate the two another points. 20 is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm simplifying it further to get our line equation. 20 x plus 4 into 20 will give you 80. Multiply both sides by x minus 4. 4 minus 16 is y minus 16. Simplify it further. Y is equals to 20x minus 64. This is our line equation where this is our C, y-intercept, and this is our slope value which we just calculated, 20, right here. So it is proved, and we can write our answer y is equals to 20x minus 64. Now question number 29 says the table shows values of y function where x cannot be equals to 0. We have to find the value of y on the given x values. Y is equals to x first negative 3 square minus 3 over 2 negative 3. Now solve it further, it will give you the value of 9.5. For the second, put the value of negative 2 square minus 3 over 2 into negative of 2, it will give you the value of 4.75 something. And when we add 3 of positive square minus, putting in this equation, 3 over 2 over negative 3 over 2 into again 3, it will give you the value of 8.5. On 3, it will give you the value of 8.5. This is 8.5. This is our 3 of x. And on 1, it will by give you negative of half. On 1, by give you negative of half. This is the negative of half right here. On x is equals to 1, negative of half. And on x, y, x is equals to 2, y give you 4.5 right here something, and negative 3, it will give you 9.5. Form these two graphs, and this is the part B required to draw the graph, and we completed the table. Now, by drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, solve the equation. In order to solve the equation, first we're gonna have to do that. We know that this term in the given question is equals to y. Y is equals to 24 over 5 minus 20 minus 2x. So arrange it into the y is equals to mx equation. Solve it further. Y is equals so we can calculate here. This is our slope, negative 2 over 1. This is change in y, and this is change in x, and this is our c value. This, that is y-intercept. We can also say that it is 4.8. So now put the intercepting line 4.8 in the given graph. So on the given graph, if we plot the our 4.8 intercept and move to slope our negative 2 over 1. So if we move 2 units ahead somewhere here and 1 unit ahead, um, again one line is also drawn, and when we merge the line, something like on the 0.3, it will cross, and right here 1.6 something it will cross. So we can put the two values of x right here. We can put we can say that x is equals to negative of 0.3 because it is on the left hand side, and 1.6 which is on the right hand side of the x-axis. Now solve the equation are also the solution to an equation of form ax square ax cube plus bx square plus cx minus 15 is equals to 0, where a, b and c are integers, and we have to calculate the value of a, b, c. Now for that, in order to calculate, we have to simplify this equation further. First, by multiplying with the whole equation with the 5 on both sides, so it will become 5x square minus 3 into 5 is 15 is equals to 5 upon 5 will cancel out each other. 5 into 2 is 10x of negative plus 24. Now multiply both sides by 2x square.